What's going on, guys? It's your boy JJ Finest in the house, brought to you by another video. So today we're gonna talk about Demon Slayer episode 10. So basically, at the previous episode, we basically see Tanjiro, Tamako, and Yujiro. So basically, we're gonna go over to Tanjiro's side. Tanjiro slices the demon. He does one of his techniques that's usually for underwater, but because of his arrows, he basically reflected it back at him and then sliced off his head. And then we see him fall to the ground. So now it's a continuation of that episode. So what we see is basically he cuts off his head. Moments after he dies, he does his last technique, and basically Tanjiro has to do consecutive amounts of techniques in order for him to survive and in order for him not to die. So basically, he was getting pushed up, left, right, up, all types of directions, up in the air. And if he didn't use basically his attacks to dull the momentum, he basically would have died. Simple as that. So then, basically, as we see him fade and we see him die, his obviously his abilities fade away. But Tanjiro was still in the air, but luckily it wasn't too much of like a deep fall, so he didn't sustain any types of injuries. But after that, he wasn't able to basically attack or hold his sword for much longer. So he was trying to go and rescue Nezuko, his sister, and basically he couldn't grab his sword, so he had to use his teeth, and he grabbed it, and he was literally crawling to try to help Nezuko. But I'm here thinking, Nezuko's a demon. She doesn't need any help. The only two things that can kill Nezuko are basically Demon Slayer blades and the sunlight. And neither of those are present, so I don't see how that matters. But, he still thinks of his sister as a little sister, and he still wants to protect her, right? So that could be it. But anyways, so then we see Yajiro and Tamako, right? So she basically casts a spell on the Tamarine girl, which I forget her name right now. Like I be forgetting these demons' names, but anyways, so we see them fight, and basically what happens is Nezuko comes back in the fight because previously she got her leg kicked off by one of her Tamarines because she tried to kick it. So now she got the strength to not only kick the Tamarines now, but actually kick it back at her. And as we see him going back and forth, doing like a kickoff back and back, and each kick that basically gets received by her gets a little bit more stronger, and the input's a little bit more like getting a lot stronger. But Tamaro knows that if the Tamarine girl was to go full strength, that Nezuko wouldn't stand a chance. So she did a quick wit spell that basically is poisonous to humans, and for demons it makes them not able to lie or deceit. So she basically brought up Muzan, and the Muzan curse basically activated because she mentioned his name. How the Muzan curse activates and how it works is you cannot talk about Muzan. If you talk about Muzan, basically the curse will activate and you'll be dead. Okay, so there's 3 ways how to kill a demon. But I don't think that will work on Nezuko because Nezuko doesn't. She was born off of Muzan's blood, but she's a lot more different than the other demons that he has conceived thus far. So I think that would be a whole lot of difference between that Tyrone girl and Nezuko, because even though she's a demon, she does not listen to basically Muzan's orders. Basically she's totally cut off. She doesn't feast on humans. She doesn't do anything like that. So she's entirely unique in basically not only in her character, but as like in her personality as well, because she doesn't speak. So anyways, back to that. So yeah, we seen basically a big claw come out of her mouth and her eye, and it just came and it just clawed her. It clawed her out. I don't know. We didn't get to see too much of excruciating details because that was too much graphic, I think, for even the audience to really see. So they basically skip down what happened, and all we see is a lot of blood and basically what she was wearing and her arm right there, right? And Tanjiro gets there, right? He sees all this happen. Yujiro is in shock because Yujiro, this is his first time ever seeing something like this, and Tamuro is just like, yeah, you up and did it. Like, I kind of feel sorry for you, but at the same time, we have to kill you because you're trying to kill us. Self-preservation, right? So basically, that happened, and then we see Tanjiro just in shock, and Tanjiro feels sympathy for the girl, and she was like, Tamari. She was like, Marine. She's like, oh, you want your marine? You want your tambourine? So he picks it up because he has the strength to get up now, and he doesn't hand it to her hand, but he just basically puts it beside of her hand, and she's like, Sabobo, something like that. She basically meaning play with me, and yeah, we seen pretty gruesome amount in this episode. Like, it was pretty gruesome, and I actually did feel sorry for her because we found out she wasn't one of the 12 moons. So basically, she was being lied and deceived to by Muzan, saying that she was, and she had to kill countless and countless amount of people, and it was just tragic that she was being deceived. And this happened to her. We don't know too much of her backstory because usually they do backstories, but on this case they didn't really do a backstory for them, which I'm kind of disappointed on because I kind of want to know like what made them become a demon. How did they become a demon? Did they have an illness? Anything like that, right? So then basically before daybreak happens, Lady Tamara, Tamio, sorry, she basically tells Yujiro to get Nezuko before the sun actually gets her. And then we see basically the sun get at the Tamarind girl, and then she dies. And that's basically the end of the fight. Okay, Tanjiro now is going to go look for them, and then Yajiro is like, come here if you want to. If you don't want to, don't come, right? Obviously he's going to come. So basically, Tanjiro goes inside the basement, and they basically talk about Nezuko. No, sorry, I forgot to mention. Lady Tamara actually got her blood before she like got disintegrated, right? So that was in order to help Nezuko to possibly become human again, because they're still working on that. But they need the closest blood to basically Muzan, and basically that's the 12 moons. And she's not one of the 12 moons, but she still has the blood. So she's still going to study it, probably get a little bit of more intel about what it is and how they can go on about curing it. So now, basically what happens is that Nezuko is treating them like Lady Tamara is her mother, and basically Yajiro is like her little sister, her little brother, or whatever like that, right? So they're still demons, but she perceived them as human, which made Tamara cry, because she never been treated like that before, except for when Tanjiro did when he first met them, right? So then we see them talking. They're talking about like how they can take Nezuko from Tanjiro, and if Tanjiro wants that to be done, because to be honest, she would be a lot safer not battling every 24/7, going on missions with him, possibly running from daylight and all that stuff. So they think it might be better. But at the end of the day, he thought about it. His sister gripped his hand, and he's like, no, it's okay. I appreciate the offer and consent, but I'm still going to go, and I'm still going to have fun with my sister, and I'm still going to fight and be together with her, and we're not going to get separated ever again. So basically, that was the end of that. They said they'll keep in touch, and they had to change locations. So then after that, what happens is Tanjiro is going on the next mission. The Hawk is basically talking, saying southwest, 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 go southeast, southeast, or southwest, or whatever he had to go. I forget the exact quadrants where he had to go. But then we see this guy, and he was from basically the Demon Slayer Academy. Basically, like he was the one that made it out alive, and he was begging this girl to marry her. And then Tanjiro was just looking out with a stupid face, like, "What's really going on here?" And we don't know. We don't really know what's going on. All right, so that's basically it of my review for this. Please like and subscribe if you like my content. And like I said before, guys, I'm gonna try to do back to back to back videos, like I promised you guys. And this is my promise to you guys right now that I'm obtaining. Okay. Please subscribe, comment, and let me know what type of animes you guys want me to review, because since Demon Slayer is on hold right now, I'm slowly catching up to it, and I'm going to get up to, I think, episode 25 they're at now. I'm ready at episode 24, 25, right? I'm just slowly doing the reviews for this, and I'm slowly going to catch up. So please, guys, bear with me. All right? Peace out. Jason Finest, signing out.